Alright guys, third attempt. Let's see if we can do this shit. Alright, you probably can't hear the music that's playing in the background. So if I start singing randomly, don't laugh. Well, laugh as much as you want, just don't tell me. Alright, so I've been requested by Hamish from New Zealand to do a tutorial on Taken, and the music is distracting me. Alright, so yeah, tutorial on how to take models from 3D Warehouse and make them 3D printable. Alright, so this is my third attempt, so let's try this vehicle. I'm actually listening to this song right now. My ADD, baby. Right, let's try this one. Forgive the hiccups and the burping because I've been drinking. I don't apologise for that one. Should be right. Alright, here we go. So I've downloaded it. I'm using 3D SketchUp to view the models and to export them. And then I'm using Blender itself to edit them. That looks like a really nice model. See a few issues here. It's alright, I'll fix that. Bonnet pins will be gone. Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy with this model. Alright, so we go to File. Right, and you go to Export as a 3D model. You want to change down here as an OBJ file because it gives you more options to edit stuff. Export. And we're still editing, writing. Alright, so that's after that's done, just close it. I'm going to go to Blender. Now I'm going to press N. I've already got the display up there so you can see what I'm pressing. And what you mainly want to do is go up to here to clip and start. It should be on like 10 or something, I think. You want to drag that to the left to 0.001. And same thing with this one here. You want to go as far as you want to the right. Okay, so we go File, Import. Now, a normal Blender will go Wavefront OBJ. I've got a thing with Wavefront batch. That is, it imports multiple OBJs. So this one will work for this, but I always do that Wavefront batch. Now I think it was one auto. Double click on that. Click. Thank you. I'm liking that it's a big file, which means it has more detail. So as you'll see, there'll be nothing there. It's up there. Now see how it's lagging? That's because it's a really big file. So what I normally do is I'll scale it down, so I'll press S and then I'll drag it into the center. Same thing again. I like working on a smaller screen. And normally what I do is straight away, I'll press, something like that. Just press on it, right click. And then I'll press A twice. And then I'll select everything. Then I'll go to Set Origin to Geometry. Oh, what a song. Press S again, I'll scale it down. Bring it over to the center. Blurry face and I care what you think. Sorry, this isn't 21 Pilots. Alright, so. Still doesn't have what I wanted. Alright, so I'm just going to right click on that. You'll see it. There's the cab there. Control Z. I'll put it back to its place. Now what I normally do, right? I'm going to split everything up into parts. So I'll click on the part that I want. And I'll press M. And you will see it up here. Like if I move away, it'll disappear. So I'll press M. I'm going to put that down to this layer here. Press M again. Now, as you can see, that's pretty much all you want for a 3D printable part. Because you can make the lights later on or whatever. So you can split up the parts again. Whatever you want that you want to print. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up another blender. This is why I love using Steam, because it'll open up multiple instances of Blender. So I'm going to right click on that and open up Blender again. This will open up another instance of Blender. Click there. Yep. Delete everything. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the original Blender here. That's pretty much the body right there, right? Now, it all depends on how you want to print your parts. If you print them in pieces, I'll explain all that in a second, okay? So I want the bumper bar as well. Move that there. Move it down there as well. So what I'm going to do is, because that is different things, I'm pressing OK. I'm going to click on that and then press Shift. Press a different object. Press that as well. Press M again, and I'm going to move that over here. So that's what parts are there. So I'm going to go back to that one there. Press M and put that over to where I put the rest of the bumper bar. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Now this one here I would print as one piece. So what I would do is I'd join them all. So I'd select all of it. So A, and then I press Control J. Now what that does is that makes a one piece. So Control J makes it as one piece. And just for the hell of it, I'm just gonna do that. Now the cab I'm not gonna join with the front, because especially being a 1/10 scale is what most people are going to be printing in. I want to be able to print that as two pieces. Alright. So, as you've seen, the basic stuff of splitting parts up. Now remember, Hamish, if you see anything you don't understand, you come back to me and I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about. But keep going back and watching this video. You watch what I'm doing. Alright, so now I'm going to press that. Right, both of them. So remember, right click will join the cab. Right? Now if you press Shift and then press on the next object, it'll join both of them. It won't join it, it'll select both of them. So now I'm going to press Control C. And it will say up here, copy selected objects to buffer. Now I'm going to open up the other Blender file that I've opened. It's got nothing in it. And then press Control V. Now, that's how you select multiple objects to copy, paste, etc. Now, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to delete this back bit here so that I can make this front bit as one printable piece. So I'm going to delete that, right? Now I'm going to go to File. I'm going to export this file as an STL. Desktop, I'm going to just minimize everything for a second. And close that bit. And close that bit. I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop. Hilux. So you go File, Export as. Make sure you export it as an STL. It's just easier. It's what needs to work with the programs I'm going to show you. So we go Desktop. Was Hilux HH. And I spelled it wrong there. So I'm going to save this as Hilux. And still spelling it wrong. See, that's what happens when you drink beers. Hilux. Hilux cab. Don't put the blame on me. Alright, so now that I've saved that as the cab, what I want to do is I'm going to open up limit state. Right, just give me a second to see what music is playing. Yeah, I can listen to a bit of White Stripes. Alright. So, Hamish, if you don't have limit state, let me know. I'll hook you up with that. Let's turn the volume up a bit. Wouldn't hold me back. It sucks that you can't hear the music. I can't be fucked around with making it work. Alright, so you want a 96 Hilux. Why isn't it showing STL? I think I fucked up somewhere. Okay, File, Export as STL. Hilux 906. Export STL. That's already open. Look at that. There we are. So you want to open up Hilux, right? Now, without doing any work, you go to open edges. Like you can see, the red is all errors, right? Now, if I was to auto fix this, it should close everything. See how everything's closed like that. So I'm going to Control Z. Well, it doesn't really matter if you press that anyway, because I'm going to fix it up. So I'm just going to close. Yep. No. So what you want to do now, right, is you've seen what happens if you go straight to the limit fix. It'll fucking make everything close up inside the frame like that. So you're going to click on that. Make sure that that object is selected. You want to go to here. Just make sure everything's fine. Yep. Don't mind what I'm doing, that's just me fucking around. I don't know why it's not doing that. There we are. So what you want to do is you want to go over to this like a spanner looking thing over here. You want to click on that. You want to go add modifier. You want to go down to solidify. Now you'll see that everything's a little bit fucked up. So again, click, I think it's this one here. Yep. Click on this triangle looking thing. Just go double-sided. Right? If it still looks fucked up, you press tab. Press A and then A again. Make sure everything is selected. And you want to go... I'm trying to remember now. It's not a necessary thing to do. I think it's Control N. Yeah, it is Control N, but it's not a necessary thing to do. That's just me, okay? So yeah, exit out of tab. That's your edit mode. That's where you can do this, right? I'll press that. You can see. This is where you can, like, you know, I can go into this further for you. This is something you don't really need to know just yet because you just print and shit. Something I can go into a little bit more depth for you later, mate. Let's see what you can do. This is like, you know, do shit like that, see? And if you've done this and press E, so yeah, just ignore all that what I just did. So we're trying to make this printable. So because you can always paint that part on, you can cut it out with a fucking angle grinder. I wouldn't use an angle grinder, Dremel or shit like that. So I just like using double-sided because it just makes it look nicer, if you know what I mean. There we are. So what you want to do, go to that tool. Right. Add modifier. Solidify. That's what you want. Now, there's probably a 60%, 70% chance rate that's going to work. So you can either go in or out. It all depends. It just depends on that model. But when you are doing parts, it's sort of, you got to remember, like the first way you do it, you save it. Yeah, I'll show you. Pardon me. Right, so what you're looking for, right? You'll see that one there didn't really do nothing. Most of it is always to the right, like outwards, like plus. So you'll see a plus and then you got a minus there. You won't see no plus, but you'll see a minus. If you press shift while you're doing it, it'll make it go slower. Now what that does is, let me reset that. Let me reset it. Wait. As you can see, right? See how thin that model is? If I press that and I extrude it. Well, it's not extruding, but yeah. So you just gotta play around with that, right? So, like, you know, normally I go to 0.3. That's normally what I do. Wait. Around 0.3. It doesn't have to be accurate. So I'm going to apply that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export that as an STL again. Same thing, Hilux cap, just copy over it, right? Then you go back to your limit state. You're going to open it again, Hilux cab. Now, watch the difference it makes. It will not close up. You'll have open edges, self-intersections, and non-manifold edges. So I'm going to go auto fix. Now, as you see, it didn't close up this time. So what you can do now is you can go save as. Save it as a Hilux cab. Yes. Now open up your slicer. I've got Cura there as well, but I always use S3D. I like S3D. There is updates for Cura, which actually make it better than S3D, but I'm used to S3D, so that's what I use. And there's the last model that I wanted to do. So I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to import. We want to go to Hilux. There it is. And there's a highlight cap. Now, you've got to work out how big you want that model to be. It does take a bit of fucking around with. I'm not too sure how to do it. There is a program I use called Mesh Mixer, which is right down here. But yeah, just work out how big. So like if you want the front cab to be so many centimeters long and whatever the fuck, then you add it in here. Right? So I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to go 500. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm just going to prepare to print. As you can see, it's not going to print shit but the fucking supports. So, to me, that's telling me that I need to make more solidify in Blender. Which, don't do straight away. You just save it in limit state first. Okay, so, how big is that though? So, 1/10 scale. That's only on the Y, this way. It's 32 millimeters. So I'm going to put my mic down and all that. I'm going to check something. I'm just measuring a pre-existent body that I have. For some reason, it's saying that it's 26 centimeters. So I'm not. Oh, that's millimeters. So I want to go 260, which is 26 centimeters. So there we go. See, that's why I said do it in parts, because that rear end, the actual tub itself, will not fit on the printer. So let's see how this looks when I prepare to print. It's perfect that it's not going to print right, because now I can show you how to fix the errors. You can see that it's pretty much just all supports. Alright, so what we're going to do is do that, remove it, we go back to Blender, the file that we had it in there. So what we're going to do now is going to right click on that, make sure that's deleted. We're going to go to File, Import, STL this time. You want it, the one that we edited through limit state. Right, now I'm not liking this look here. So there is issues where you would need to edit this, right? I don't know what the fuck happened here, so give me a second. The fuck's happening here? Sorry guys. I hate this shift overlay shit. I think it's Control Shift Escape. There we go. So if you do get issues like this, you might need to figure out with Blender itself, like you're searching some YouTube videos. Nope. Anyway, I don't want to go too much into it. That's for another video. So this is the video, the object you imported from the STL file, right? So same thing, right? We're gonna go to add modifier, solidify. Now, right? We need to make this thicker. Always drag left, drag right to see what makes it look better. Now, look at that. Look how thick, right here. Look how thick that looks. It looks pretty good to me. Alright. So same thing, I'm going to file export as STL. Just copy over that one. Limit state. Nope. Close. Open up that file again in limit state. Now as you can see, the big gap there. So we're going to auto fix that. The gap is still there, but you can edit that through Blender itself. Remember, ask me questions, I can show you how it's done. And now it still says there's red there, so just watch what you're doing. Auto fix. Now sometimes, it might take like 20 minutes to fix a model. So just press it, and just walk away from the computer. Come back, and if it still looks like it's not responding, well then quit. Close, try again. So that seems to fix that issue itself. Remember, I'm not fixing that hole in the door. I'm just trying to show you how to actually print from there. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to import the STL file. Because I've saved over it. And we want to go Y, I think it was 28, was it? I can't remember. Oh no. So it was 280. Might not be the right size, but yeah, just for this video. I'm going to prepare to print. I remember last time it wouldn't print half the shit. Just give it a second, this is loading, it's going to be a fuckwit. Loading. You can see down the bottom here. Now sometimes it will crash and it won't show nothing. But yeah, just close it. And now, as you can see, look. Now he needs some more work. But you can always solidify that, fix that issue in Blender. But this is just the basics of how to actually make the file from 3D Warehouse printable. So, give me 1 second. Open up another one. Alright, so now that's going to take 207 hours. That ain't happening, mate. I ain't dealing with that shit. So what you want to do is you want to exit the preview mode. And I think it's Control L. Yep, Control L will flip it onto there. And I think it's Control R. Will cannot auto arrange. Control T. But yeah, like, as you can see, that was too big to... So it's going to go down to 800 just for the video. Control R, rotate, there we go. Now that was like, I can't remember what it was, but... Prepare to print. And I've already got another, so that's 86 hours. That ain't worth it. So, go back here. I'm going to go Control L. Area, look at that. That's going to be way too big, actually. Because you're going to have supports in here and actually probably up there as well. But once you actually figure out how to fine tune it properly, you shouldn't need supports for this bit here. So let's see how this is going to take. There's going to be actually a few supports there. And here and here. But once you work it out, you know, you split parts here. Like, you know, you could do... That's one part. That's that STL, right? So we're going to go to this bit, right? I'm going to press tab and go into edit mode. And then press control tab. And it will choose, you know, what parts you choose. So, I'm just going to go A, C, scroll pad. Now you can always print this bit. See what I mean? Now remember, any questions about how I'm doing what I'm doing, just hit me up and yeah, I'll sort you out. So, same thing can be done with the doors, right? See? You can make parts separate. So if you wanted to print separate doors, then the whole same thing goes, you know, like, if you wanted to print the doors separately, now you only have to do, remember, each one side, you can split down the center and then just duplicate. So if you just wanted to print the door, then you just, you know what I mean? You do each part separately. Might have been easier to show you the door yourself, so you can see. See, you can see the difference how you know, that door right there, how I've got it, will fucking, it'll print perfect. And there's ways, you know, you can see the holes. There's ways to fix that, and I can show you that. So this one here, you go vertex. You go there, Control C. Then it's M, no, Alt M. At center, there you go. So there, Alt M at center. There you go. See? If that's too confusing, mate, just, yeah. I can always team view again, and I'll show you how to do it, okay? Alright, cheers, brother. See you, mate.